I am speaking to you now because your heart has been asking questions I have already answered in the quiet, and because time is moving like a river after the monsoon, faster than you expected, carrying away the excuses that kept you on the shore. 2 hours remain on a clock you did not set, yet I placed it in front of you so that you would know this moment is not ordinary. Archangel Michael stands at your door, not the wooden door of your house, but the door of your deciding, his hand lifted, his voice firm, saying, I order you to open this right now. Do not ignore this. It is for you alone. This is not a message that wanders from house to house, it is a message that knows your name. If you try to skip, the skipping will become a habit, and habits become chains. But you are not made for chains. You are made for movement, for bright mornings, for a life that turns toward the light even when storms boil in the distance. Listen carefully and do not hurry. I have not come to frighten you but to focus you. Good news is coming to your house. That good news has already begun to walk, and every step it takes is a response to a prayer you prayed when you believed no one saw you. I saw you. I watched your hands doing good when no applause followed. I noticed the small faithful choices, the quiet forgiveness you offered, the obedience that felt like loss, the night you kept your word when the world offered you a softer pillow if you would just let go. I have measured these things and I have not forgotten. In the next hours, I am rearranging paths so that what was delayed will no longer be delayed, what was blocked will open, what was whispered against you will be silenced by a louder testimony. You will not need to fight this with noise. Peace will be your sword. Stillness will be your shield. I am God, and I do not waste your tears. You have been standing at a threshold between what you know and what you desire, afraid that if you step forward you will lose the safety of the familiar. But what you call safety is only a room with dim light, and the lamp is running out of oil. I have another room prepared, wider, higher, with windows that face the sunrise, but I will not drag you. I invite you. I nudge you. I station my angels to keep the way, and I send Michael to make the command clear. Open. Open your attention. Open your mouth to speak what I have promised instead of rehearsing what the enemy suggested. Open your hands to release the small fears you keep like coins, and I will fill them with bread that satisfies and seed that multiplies. There is a sound rising in your future, the sound of keys turning, boxes opening, news arriving, the sound of a phone call that was once anxiety and will now be relief. Believe me, I am not teasing you with hope. I am teaching you to carry it. A confusion tried to claim you recently, like fog that hugs the ground and makes every step uncertain. It came with voices, voices from the past, voices from comparison, voices that pretend concern but secretly hope you will stay small. I am clearing that fog now. I speak light into it. With light you will see where to place your foot next. With light you will recognize the door I am unlocking, and you will stop knocking on the door I have closed. Some closed doors are not punishments, they are protections. If I let you enter every room you requested, you would be surrounded by furniture that doesn't fit you, conversations that drain you, and contracts that bind you to the wrong tomorrow. Trust my closed doors as much as you celebrate my open ones. Both are gifts. Both are how I keep you intact. Good news is knocking, but I must also say a harder thing, and I say it as a father who loves you. Remove the last trace of bitterness from your tongue. You cannot carry that and carry the blessing at the same time. The blessing is heavy with goodness, and bitterness is heavy with poison, and you do not have two shoulders. Forgive fully. Not casually. Not merely by saying you forgive and then watering the roots of resentment later. Forgive like you are handing me a weapon that has misfired in your own hand. Forgive like you are emptying a cup so I can fill it with something you actually want to drink. As you do, notice how the air changes around you. Notice how the delays shrink. Notice how even your sleep steadies. The enemy has used old wounds like anchors. I am lifting them now. Michael is cutting the rope. I am sending clarity to your house, clarity about your assignment, clarity about your relationships, clarity about your daily rhythm. You have tried to build on the run, to accomplish in exhaustion what could be finished in joy if you would simply reorder. I am not asking you to become someone else. I am asking you to put first things first, morning with me, words that carry life, work done with integrity, boundaries that honor your body, generosity that opens the floodgates you keep asking me to open. Do these, not once, not as a test, but as a way of walking. And watch how speed returns to your steps without panic. You will do more in peace than you ever did in pressure. I am bringing reconciliation in a place you assumed would always be fractured. A conversation will soften. A misunderstanding will be exposed and corrected. The person who has worn a mask around you will grow uncomfortable and reveal themselves, not to shame them, but to free you both from the performance that has made truth shy in your presence. Do not force this unveiling, but do not resist it either. When truth rises, welcome it like rain after heat. And if some connections must loosen for a season, do not treat that loosening as hatred. Some plants grow apart and still face the same sun. Bless those who cannot walk with you in the next mile. Release them to find their mile and their companion. I am not taking love away from you. I am making room for the love I chose for you. In these next 2 hours, lift your expectation. The ceiling you accepted was only scaffolding, and it is time for the scaffolding to come down. You will hear reports that used to make you anxious, and you will find yourself untroubled. That is not numbness, that is maturity. I have been growing you. You have been learning the language of trust in the dark, and now the dark is receding. Where others see coincidence, you will recognize choreography. Where others say luck, you will smile and know it is leadership, my leadership, guiding you through details so exact they could only be divine. Look for small signs, a reply that comes sooner than usual, a bill balanced, a door unlocked, a message that arrives at the moment you were about to fold your hope. These are not small to me. These are threads. And threads become garments. Do not despise the work that sits in front of you today. Do it as if we planned it together, because we did. Every faithful step you take today is a path stone toward the larger promise. You keep trying to jump to the end of the road in your mind, and in that hop you miss the fresh water right beside your feet. Drink what I place before you. Write what I have already whispered. Call who I prompt you to call. Refuse the delay that lethargy arranges like a comfortable chair. Stand up from it. Stretch your soul. Move. I will multiply movement. I will anoint the work. I will breathe on your efforts so they carry farther than they should according to the mathematics of men. You asked me if you are behind. You are not behind. You are precisely where rescue finds you and where instruction makes sense. If I had given you this instruction a year ago, it would have sounded like another beautiful sentence, but now it lands like seed in ready soil. Do not mourn the time you imagine you wasted. I redeem what men cannot. I turn detours into testimony. The very roads that hummed with regret will soon be the roads where you sing. I am putting a new song in you, a quiet strength first. Then a melody. You will hum it in your kitchen. You will hear it in the way your feet hit the floor in the morning. You will feel it while you work, a rhythm that does not hurry and does not stall. This is how you will know, rest will return to your hands even when they are busy. I am also addressing fear that dresses itself as caution. Wisdom is not fear with a nicer wardrobe. Wisdom is light that shows edges and paths, and fear is shadow that swallows both. You will no longer call fear wisdom to justify your pauses. You will ask me, and I will answer you. When I say wait, you will wait with peace. When I say move, you will move without trembling. You love my voice, and my voice loves you. Stop assuming I am silent when I am simply speaking softer than your distractions. Turn the volume of the world down. Turn your attention toward the stillness where I am not absent but abundant. About your house, I have heard the prayer you made over every room, the way you stood in the hallway and asked me to make it a hallway for good news. I am answering that prayer. Angels have already crossed the threshold. They are not ornamental, they are operational. They carry messages, they carry relief, they carry the shift in atmosphere you keep trying to manufacture with effort. You cannot force peace, you can only host it. Open your windows to honorable words. Close your doors to idle drama. Create a table for gratitude before you create a plan for growth, because gratitude is the soil where growth refuses to rot. Place thanksgiving like salt on everything you do today, and you will taste how quickly bitterness dissolves. Regarding your resources, I will not let famine teach you what abundance should have taught you. I am teaching you now in a kinder classroom. Budget is not fear. Generosity is not foolishness. Discipline is not punishment. These are instruments I hand to the ones I trust with increase, and I trust you. I will show you where to prune and where to plant, what to release and what to pursue. Expect ideas to come, ideas that are simple enough to execute and strong enough to last. Write them down. Savings will smile again. Debts will lose their voice in your head. Provision will become a rhythm, not a riddle. I am not only sending a blessing, I am teaching you to bless what I send so that it grows rather than drains. As for the person who wakes in the night with your name in their mouth, sometimes in prayer, sometimes in longing, sometimes in apology, I have heard them too. I am the Lord over distance and timing. I will reconcile what should be reconciled, and I will separate what must be separated. You do not need to engineer outcomes with words shaped by worry. Be faithful to the truth, gentle in tone, strong in boundaries, and willing to see my hand where you used to demand your way. There is a sweetness I am preparing for you that does not swing between extremes, a companionship that steadies rather than stirs storms, a future that does not ask you to betray your calling for comfort. Wait well. Move wisely. I am not slow. Yes, there has been opposition. Yes, there have been watchers who did not celebrate your steps and planners who hoped your promise would stall. Do not sharpen your focus on them. I am your defense. Michael has not come to posture, he has come to protect. He draws a line they cannot cross. The arrows that flew in the night will not land by day. Their tips will dull in the air. And you will walk forward surprised at how silent the battlefield becomes when a commander with a higher rank steps onto the field. Keep your heart clean while I keep your path clear. Bless those who opposed you and watch how their schemes fold back on their own hunger, leaving you free to build without turning around every hour to inspect the shadows. The good news I am sending is not a single event, it is a sequence. You will recognize it by its signature. It will arrive with peace, it will agree with purpose. It will not ask you to betray your integrity, it will require faith without demanding frenzy. It may begin small, a message, an invitation, a door you were certain was sealed, but do not despise small beginnings. Celebrate them. Water them. Let them grow at their proper pace. In due time, the small will reveal it was merely the first window in a house of windows, and light will fill rooms you had forgotten existed in you. Do not be afraid of joy. You have trained yourself to brace for impact after every smile, to search the horizon for the next wave while the sand is still warm beneath your feet. This is not how I want you to live. Receive joy as rehearsal for heaven and as strength for earth. Laugh again without apology. Plan again without the voice that says you have planned before and it failed. That voice is not mine. I am the voice that says try again with me, and see how the net fills in the place where it once dragged up empty. This is the moment for you to choose alignment over entertainment. Choose my words over the whirlwind of everyone else's fears. Choose prayer over panic, excellence over excuses, patience over pressure. Choose to believe that I, your God, am not distant but detailed, not indifferent but in love with the way I made you. In 2 hours, you will be able to say, I knew something shifted, and you will be right. But the shift does not wait for the last minute, it begins the second your heart says yes. Say yes now. Say yes without rehearsing how you will explain it to those who do not understand. Your yes is sacred. Guard it and give it to me. I place my hand on your head and speak calm into your thoughts. I place my hand on your eyes and speak clarity into your seeing. I place my hand on your chest and steady the rhythm of your courage. You are not alone. You never were. I have walked the nights you thought were empty. I have counted the steps you believed were wasted. I have gathered your sighs and turned them into wind behind you. Keep moving. Keep listening. Keep opening. I am here, and I am not leaving you with riddles. I am giving you directions. Now, lift your face. Take the next faithful action I bring to your attention. Finish the task you postponed. Send the message of reconciliation I nudge you to send. Place your day in order. Bless your doorway and speak life over every threshold. Thank me in advance for what is walking toward you. The news is good. It is chosen for you. It has your name in my handwriting upon it. Open your heart to receive it, and when it arrives, do not shrink back as if you are unworthy. You are not unworthy. You are mine. Open this now and keep it open. Archangel Michael stands ready, not with a threat but with a charge. Move into the answer you prayed for. Do not ignore this. It is only for you. A good news is coming to your house, and with it, a fresh beginning. I bless your doors, your table, your work, your rest, your going out and your coming in. I breathe on your name so that favor recognizes it. I bend the path where it was crooked and I mend the places you thought must remain broken. You are about to see how gentle power feels when it is God's, how quickly peace can do what force could not, how the right key in the right time does not struggle with the lock, it turns, and the door opens. So let it be for you now. Do not skip this. Receive it. Walk in it. And watch what I do next. I am with you now, and I do not come to confuse you or to burden you with fear. I come to steady your heart, to lift your chin, to place my hand on your shoulder and say, listen, truly listen, because the time is not vague, it is near, and your spirit already knows it. 2 hours is not a countdown to panic, it is a countdown to alignment. When I say there are 2 hours left, I am not threatening you. I am awakening you. I am calling your breath back into rhythm with mine. I am reclaiming your attention from every voice that has tried to claim it. I am separating noise from truth, shadows from substance, distraction from destiny. You have wondered if I have seen your nights, your sighs, the way your hope has felt thin. I have seen it. I have been inside each breath, guarding the flicker that refused to go out. Do not ignore me now. This is not general or distant. This is for you. I am speaking to you as surely as dawn arrives, even when the window is closed. Archangel Michael has stood at your threshold long enough to understand how the enemy tried to plant weariness like a weed in your mind. That is why he is urgent now. When he says open this now, he is not dramatizing, he is clearing a path. The path is not outside your door, it is within your agreement. Agree with me, and heaven moves. Agree with fear, and the ground shakes under illusions. You have been taught to brace yourself, but I am teaching you to open yourself. Opening yourself is not weakness, it is the door through which I bring the good news that is on its way to your house. Not imagination, not a mirage, real news, tangible provision, the kind that does not evaporate at the first touch of doubt. You will not miss it if you keep your heart awake. Do you remember the last morning you almost gave up on asking? You half whispered that you were tired of waiting. You almost signed your name under surrender to disappointment. I did not let that signature dry. I breathed on it, and the ink refused to stay. There are notes in the unseen archive of your life, petitions that looked forgotten because they did not shout. I have retrieved them. I am readying the answer that will not come with fanfare but will come with authority. It will sound like a soft door unlocking in the hallway of your life, and when it swings open you will see that I was arranging this when you thought I was silent. Do not skip this. Skipping me has never been your nature. Weariness tried to teach you that habit, but I am breaking it. I am returning you to the early courage of your heart. To the first yes you gave me before you understood how many steps there would be. That first yes still carries weight, it has not expired. I am breathing on it again, and it will carry you through the doorway that is opening now. There is a reason you are reading this at precisely this moment. I am dismantling the pattern that said blessing must always be delayed, that said every door will squeak and stall, that said you must apologize for wanting wholeness. Enough. I do not mock you with promises, I father you with timing. 2 hours is enough time for you to decide to agree with me, to put down the narratives that make you small, to open your hand and release what never fit you. Hand me the weight you have held as proof you were strong. True strength is learning where to place the weight. You have felt watched by eyes that did not celebrate you. You have felt misunderstood by mouths that named you incorrectly. You have been tempted to become smaller. Do not become small. I am not sending you back to fit inside rooms that never made space for you. I am giving you rooms that widen as you enter them, tables that lengthen as you sit, conversations where your voice does not have to rise to be heard. The good news coming to your house is not only a change in your hands, it is a change in your atmosphere. The air itself will feel different. You will notice it when you wake, the ease in your chest. The way your mind does not race to keep up with threats that are no longer permitted near you. I am redrawing the boundary lines around you. They fall in pleasant places because I am the one drawing them. Archangel Michael has already cut through a cord that tied you to a cycle of almosts. Almost got it, almost healed, almost stable, almost seen. No more almost. I am putting a full stop where there has been a comma for years. The report about you is changing because the root is changing. Some roots must be pulled up quietly or they throw dirt into the air and make you cough. Some must be loosened slowly or they snap and pretend they are gone. This root was pride wearing a mask.